Hello, everybody. Hope this finds you doing well. This is Danelle here at Networkchain. Today, we're going to talk about Bitcoin treasuries and the rising demand of public companies as well as private companies that are accumulating Bitcoin and putting it in their treasury. Not a bad idea considering the performance of Bitcoin versus the S&P 500 versus the NASDAQ versus gold. Since its existence, it blows all of them out of the water. So why not take a small allocation, put it into Bitcoin, and see if it can potentially grow over the next several years and potentially decades. That's what Microstrategy strategy is. They're not only putting a small allocation, they're putting a extremely large allocation. And we're going to go over some of the companies that have now been added to this Bitcoin treasury list. But first, we're going to go ahead and mention the Ethereum ETFs that just came out this past week. And as you can see from the first day, it was actually pretty good. You can see here the total sum of inflows that came into the Ethereum ETF on the first day was over $100 million. A lot of that was outflows because it was actually about $1 billion of total volume for the entire day, but over $480 million of outflows came out of the Grayscale Ethereum Trust, similar to what was happening to the Bitcoin Trust that was converted to a Bitcoin ETF. Because their fees were so much higher, as you can see here, the Bitcoin fee was 1.5%. For Ethereum, it was even higher at 2.5%. But they did spin off a mini trust called ETH. It's their Grayscale Ethereum mini trust, and that will have a 0.15% fee. That is going to be actually the cheapest fee out of all the Ethereum ETFs. So some of those outflows from ETHE will probably go into the ETH mini trust, as well as some of the other trusts, or I should say other ETFs as well. So we can see here, and we'll continue to keep track over time to see how well the Ethereum ETFs do. But we do see that there is demand in just digital assets generally, and we're seeing that with the spot Ethereum ETFs. And we obviously have seen the spot Bitcoin ETFs break records in terms of the amount of outflows or inflows, I should say, that have come into the space. You can see the total amount of assets held are about $60 billion worth in all of these ETFs that have been gobbled up by these various issuers, including BlackRock, which is now currently number one, holding the most Bitcoin at over $22 billion worth of Bitcoin. So if we go back here to the Bitcoin treasuries, we have a couple of new public companies that have entered the list. One is Fold, and they are a digital financial services company that allows for Bitcoin purchases. And as you can see here, we'll just go to their website really quick. And you can see here, if we go to their main page, you can see there's personal finance powered by Bitcoin. And so a portion is FDI insured if you do buy Bitcoin via this application. And so you can see that they've been seen in a lot of the major publications with regards to what they've been doing here. You can pay bills, get rewards, you can buy Bitcoin. And so it's offering a credit card as well, or a debit card, I should say. So you can pull out cash using this debit card, and you can see how many users have stacked Satoshis since they launched in 2019. And they recently released a press release that they will be going public as a financial services company powered by Bitcoin, and they have about 1,000 Bitcoin in their treasury. So they are now added to that treasury list of public companies, as well as Boya, which is a Hong Kong gaming company, and they are going to be continuing, it looks like, to add to their Bitcoin treasury. But they are a public company and are traded on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. and they unveiled plans to potentially buy of upwards of $100 million worth of cryptocurrencies. So not just Bitcoin, but they're looking to add mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum within the next 12 months. So if we go here back to our trusty Bitcoin treasury.net website, you can see Boya has been added. They do have approximately 1,100 Bitcoin as of this recording, and Fold has 1,000 Bitcoin as of this recording. So we see that MicroStrategy likely will not be caught in terms of the number of Bitcoin that they have. We see they're still number one of the public companies that have over 200. They have over 226,000 Bitcoin in their treasury. Next up is Marathon, one of the largest or the largest public Bitcoin miner with over 18,000. And then you have Tesla at number 3 at 9,720. So if we look at another company outside of the public companies that are buying and stashing Bitcoin, we see Real Bedford Football Club, which is a football club that is attempting to make it to the Premier League. If any of you are familiar with Wrexham, which is a popular television documentary that is basically following a football club that is working their way up to the Premier League. Football obviously being the most widely well-known, most popular sport in the world. This is a team out of Bedford, England, and they are taking a strategy of putting Bitcoin on their treasury, and they have expanded their Bitcoin holdings, as you can see here, to purchase, and they have purchased last week 66.9 Bitcoin with an average price of approximately 67,000. So they're buying no matter what the price of Bitcoin is, because they believe in the future of Bitcoin and how much Bitcoin can be in the next several years. So you can see here one of their founders and investors, Peter McCormick, says that Real Bedford did acquire that nearly 67 Bitcoin, and they bought it for $4.5 million, and now they have a total of 82.7 Bitcoin with an average price of approximately $65,000 per Bitcoin. They're using about 16 Bitcoin for float for various football matters, and the rest will be held in their treasury. So as you can see here, they're banking on Bitcoin, as well as many other companies that we just mentioned that are banking on Bitcoin. So they're buying Bitcoin no matter the price. So we shall see how many more companies will be added. We believe there will be many more that will be added in 2024 as well as 2025. What we'll be curious to see is whether or not one of the top 10 companies in the world outside of Tesla by market cap, when we look at a Microsoft, an Apple, a Meta, which is definitely a strong possibility, will they at some point decide to put some of their funds to work by buying Bitcoin? So we'll obviously continue to keep you posted. Thank you so much for watching. We want you to continue to check us out here, not only on YouTube, but we post nearly every day on X as well as Instagram. In the meantime, continue to take care. We look forward to linking up with you soon on the Network Chain. Bye-bye.